Hello, welcome to my channel. Today's action figure comes from a 1980s TV show called The A-Team. Really popular show back in the day. I think I was a senior in high school when it came out, so yeah, it's been a while. And this particular figure right here is a representation of Hannibal Smith, who was the leader of the group. He was the planner. He was also a master of disguise. But you may be asking yourself, Crafter, why are you doing the reveal right now? Usually you do them at the end of, your program, because you paint them, you put them together, and then you reveal them. Well, today I'm doing something a little bit differently. I know a lot of you guys have printers now, or are considering printers, and you may need a little help on figuring out how to do, how to, I guess, convert files online into heads that you can use. So that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to take this actually came from a statuette, and I'm going to show you how I take this particular STL, that's what they're called, STL files, and convert it into a head that you can use for your action figures in 1/9 scale. I also printed out some accessories down here, and I'm working on something else, maybe a surprise at the end of the show, because I like to have a reveal. So you may be interested in seeing this reveal. I don't know if you can hear my PLA printer humming in the background, but it's busy working. So today I'm going to go over how I made this action figure, Hannibal Smith, in 1/9 scale. So I hope you stay tuned. Whenever I'm putting together a custom and I can't find a commercial head available, I always check out Yegi. Now, Yegi's like I guess a clearinghouse or a search engine for all these different STL prints that are online. And by just simply typing in A-Team, I can find quite a few of them. From the Mini 14. This is actually a free print. However, I would suggest tipping the designer even a couple of bucks. I think that would help. But I like the retracted version. I'm going to go ahead and download that. And then you'll see that there's all sorts of different sculpts. This one right here, I think is going to be the one that I'm going to go with for my Hannibal. Looks pretty good, doesn't he? They have the whole A-Team, but I think from this particular set, I may get the Hannibal. I like this Mr. T, and I like this face, but I didn't want to get a Murdoch with a hat, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this one right here for my Murdoch. Just because they have the option without the hat, and I can get myself a classic TV Toys hat to put on him. And he really has that maniacal looking look, right there. But you know what I also noticed is, if you go down further on the page, this right here would be an easy one to do because it's the head, and all you got to do is just add the stem. Let me see, where is it? It's right here. And if you'll notice, they have all four of them, and they're only $20 for the entire set, which means they're about $5 each. You can't beat that. Of course, you'll have to take the Murdoch with a hat, but if you're putting together your own A-Team and you don't want to really do a lot of work, this is the way to go, honestly. I really like the face on this one. Dirk Benedict looks really good there. Mr. T looks pretty good too. Look at those eyes, they're pretty intense. Yeah, this is a nice set. Like I said, I don't know, for whatever reason, I wanted to go with, let's see, where is it? I wanted to go with this one right here because I think this Hannibal face looks just like him from the series. So I think I'm going to go with this guy today, and I'm going to go ahead and get this guy downloaded, and we'll go on to the next step as far as trying to turn this into a head. Now that I've paid for the print and downloaded it, I have to scale it because it's going to be a little bit big. So I always open it here in my Anycubic program first, just to get close to the size that I need, because this is a workable plate for my printer. So it's kind of like why I put it in here, just so I know that things will fit. And there's the Hannibal. Now I'm going to cut off the head, and to do this, I'm going to try to avoid as much, I guess, extra stuff as I can. I don't really want the collar. Let's see. It looks like his head is crooked. So let me get that angle correct there. Using the collar as a guideline, pull it up a little bit. And I think that's going to make a clean cut with the exception of his hand and the pistol. So let me go ahead and cut that off. And I'm going to delete the portion I don't need as soon as it finishes cutting. But yeah, look at that face. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think that's going to be a good sculpt. I think my computer may have frozen. I don't know. Never seen it do this before. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to hit this and delete it. And I'm left with a head and the pistol. But you know, if you notice, the head's not completely straight right there. So I'm going to open this up in my Meshmixer so I can get rid of that pistol and kind of smooth out the neck and taper it a little bit. So that's going to be my next step. Now, Meshmixer is a free program, and you know, I don't know all the ins and outs of it yet, but for just cutting off a head, I think it works out really nicely. So I'm going to isolate the pistol. You can see I'm trying to do that from above so I can get the entire thing. And I'm going to select it using my lasso, and I'm just going to, you know, like if you're doing, oop, I don't want to do that. Let me escape. You know, if you were doing some sort of clip art project, you know, just you don't want some stuff, so you'll just like lasso it. It's the same thing here. Because when you lasso it, what it does, it highlights, you just hit your delete button, and it's gone. Looks like I have a little bit there. I don't know what that is. Let me try lassoing that. Okay, now I got to take care of that neck. I'm going to have to taper it. So I'm going to go to the sculpting tools, and there's a brush that's a flat brush right there. And that's what I'm going to use to take care of the neck and just to make sure it's tapered. Might be a little bit too big. Let me bring it down just a tad. And I'm just going to squish the side of the neck. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like bringing it down quite a bit. Trying not to squish the hair. And then at this point, I'm just kind of smoothing it. And there's another tool that I can even smooth it more. Just flattening that out. Because I want it to be tapered. Because if not, then the neck that I use is going to be, it's going to stick out. So just work it real carefully. If you mess up, you can always just go to undo. That little bulge there, that's what I'm trying to get rid of. Looks like it's almost gone. Okay, let me take care of the other side. I just want a nice little taper so that I can use that as the kind of like to fit in the neck stem that I'm going to use. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth that out. There's another brush over here. It's Robust Smooth. And I'm going to use that to kind of like smooth out those creases that I've created. You can see that's doing a pretty good job of that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Go to the other side. Smooth that out. Okay, looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and save them. Just like with my other program, you just go to export, and I think I named this Hannibal. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and compute. I'm going to go ahead and take it and open it up back in my my other program for my Anycubic printer. Oh, there he is. You know, if you had gone through and ordered the other set, you know, the complete set for like 20 bucks, you really wouldn't have to do any of the stuff that I'm going to be doing. This would be where you would start the process. You just take the head, make sure it's straight. Oops. There we go. And I think they're even situated like the head will sit on a figure. So you don't really have to do too much messing with it. But I think that looks pretty straight. What do you think? And at this point, I just import, I have this tool. It's a head tool. I'll put a link to this in the description below. I got it off of Yegi as well. I get a lot of stuff from that source. It's really good. Okay, I'm just going to center it. Let me see. It looks pretty good. And scale it until it fills in that neck. Okay, looks pretty good. Let me lower the head and see what it looks like. Oops, wrong one. Looks like I need to go a little bit bigger. Scale. You'll notice that I'm clicking on the pieces that I want to have scaled. If you click on the wrong one, it will scale the wrong one. Okay, let me move the head. Looks like I need to rotate it just a tad. And redo the neck again. You can see why you have to take care of those bulges, right? I think it needs just a little bit more. I think that's pretty much got it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next step, which is to save this. You just go to export. I'm going to save it as my Hannibal figure. There we go. Yes. And what I'm doing now is I am taking this and I'm turning it into a solid piece. And that's good that it repairs it too, because there may be little gaps and stuff in there. Let's see, where did it go? Oh, there it is up there somewhere. Okay, you'll notice when I move it, it moves as one piece. See how this one moves? It's two pieces. That's why you have to export it and import it in again. I'm going to delete this one over here. And this will now become my working model. and I'm going to import something called the neck file. Again, I'll have the link to this in the description below. Where's the neck? And this neck is actually, I believe it was made by Paul Lawson over at Laser Migo. So thank you, Paul, for sharing this file. All right. Just need to get the gap for a an S-type body because that's what I'm going to be using with him. Boy, that's taking forever. Let me see. Just need to make sure it looks centered. And it does. I have a little bit of a gap in there. That gap is for my S-type body. So, ooh. I don't think that bump back there will show. You just need to make sure that the neck stem is centered. And pulled a little bit forward. Alright, I think I'm ready to export this. I'll go again, File, Export. Again, I'm making it solid. Desktop, Hannibal. And I'm going to import them. And again, instead of 2 pieces, I have 1 piece. So let me delete these 2 pieces. And I'm going to prepare this guy for printing. And that's a pretty simple process. I just rotate him back. And add the supports. I just do generate automatic supports. That just doesn't look right. Hang on a sec. Undo. You rotate them back just a tad. You'll notice I'm putting the supports in the back. I have never seen that before. I just downloaded the update to this, so maybe it's just not doing it well. But anyway, so when you're doing the supports, you just lean the head back just so you don't get any of the supports on the face. But that just doesn't look right. That's not going to do it. So let me figure out what's going on with my program and get them printed up. Okay, I had to shut down my computer and reload the head after I saved it. And so I have the head here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to rotate it back at an angle that's almost parallel to the build plate, but not quite. What I'm looking to do is I'm looking to add supports to it that don't touch the face. Because you know what, then you get like little... you know, when you remove them, you got like little bumps and stuff, and you don't want those messing up your face. So it looks pretty good. Doesn't look like I have any on the face at all. It's a little worrisome that I don't have that that cigar supported. So let me pull it back just a little bit more too. And now let me go ahead and add those supports. I think you can hear my printer now, right? You know, it's still bothering me. Let me take my supports and remove them. Let me rotate the head over a little bit more, because I don't want his cigar to fall off or disappear or whatever. So generate automatic supports. Let's see if it works now. Yeah, there we go. So I have no supports on the face itself, but I do have a cigar supported. You can see it right there. So I feel a lot better about that. So now I'm simply going to take my my print here and I'm going to slice it. Now slicing, oh, there's a little one in the air. Let me take that one out. Support. Manual editing. And I'm going to delete support. And I want to delete that support right there. Hit delete and it disappears. I'm glad I noticed those. Delete. Good. No other ones creeping around in there. And so at this point, I'm going to slice it, which basically takes what I have here on my computer and puts it into a file that my my printer can understand, because that's how it's going to appear on my printer. And once I save it, I'll be able to put it on a little disk. It saves as a PWMB on the Anycubic, and I'm going to save that to a little disk that I have that plugs into my printer and begins the printing process. So that's basically how I turn a print into a head that I can use. Okay, I promised I would, well, I said that I would have something at the end of my video, but it's still printing, and it says it's going to be printing for about a day. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit longer than I anticipated, so it won't make this video. But yeah, you can kind of figure out what I'm getting at here. Here, let me pull it up. This is the file that I purchased. And it's broken down into pieces so that I can print out, you know, a couple pieces at a time and assemble them, put them together. So I'm really excited to try this A-Team van out, and I'll probably, I guess, expound on it a little bit more as I do it. This might be my video for this week, because it looks like it's going to take some time, but I'll go over the dimensions and what I did to scale it. Because the wheelbase of the, well, not the wheelbase, but the width of the GMC Vandura across the front is about 80 inches, 79.9 inches, I think they said online. So that translates to about maybe 21 centimeters on my Anycubic printer, which is at the limit of this. I think I can only get to 198%. Let me see. I think I printed my the figure that's out there right now at 198% because that was the max for my particular, I guess, what is this thing called? Build plate, I guess, is what it's called. So, and I had to flip it up too. I had to rotate it at 297 degrees. Oh, 270 degrees, sorry, my bad. And that was at the max of my build plate height there. So, yeah, I think the next video that I do will kind of like highlight what I'm doing with my A-Team van. I'll go over the scale and things like that. We'll see if it works first. I'm going to print it out and compare it to my, my figure. Well, until next time, you guys stay safe, be cool. See this one, it exceeds the boundary. Yeah. Stay safe, be cool, and I will see you guys real soon, hopefully with an update on this particular project. Until then, see ya.